Aloha and good morning on day 4.
Today we were leaving Chesapeake City for Cape May. Today's trip should take about 10 hours and it is about 65 miles. Aloha! We are Sava, Cynthia, and Alex along with our 2 dogs, Lucy and Shadow. We're traveling America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile North American waterway from Florida to Canada and back down via the Mississippi. Follow us on this journey on our boat called Mahalo.
Alright, so Chesapeake City. This was it. They had a nice dog run area right here in Chesapeake City. Nice little park. We didn't get to use it for obvious reasons, but yeah, nice area. We would have taken the dogs there. A whole bunch of geese. See the old geese there. It looks like an old fort, possibly. So our trip down the canal today will take about 2 hours, 1 hour 45 minutes possibly, maybe a little quicker, because right now we're doing 10.7 miles an hour, only because the tide is going out. And it's almost critical on this canal to be with the tide going out. You get sort of flushed out of the canal into the Delaware Bay, or Delaware River. And then the tide will go out of the Delaware River around noon. Slack tide around 11, so we should meet at just about the right time. We might get the end of the rising tide, but then we should get flushed out of the river to Cape May and save some fuel and get some head speed as well, and that'll really help out. I had to adjust the autopilot again. The offset, which is what it thinks it is and what it really is, the degrees, was off again. I guess we've been traveled north enough, but here on the canal, take a look here. Very, very quiet. The tide's going out. A lot of debris in the river, but no traffic. I guess 7 o'clock or 8 or whatever it is right now. Not much going on. We've seen no commercial traffic, which is surprising. Even yesterday, I mean, we saw some just north of Baltimore, but that's about the end. Nothing near Havre de Grace or Aberdeen Proving Grounds, nothing like that. It was just pleasure craft. Yeah, a lot of debris, a lot of sticks and things like that in the water. All right, so this is Lucy in the morning. She just came up. She was so happy to see Daddy. Yep, she slept with Alex in bed. Now she's back up here. We're in fresh air and she loves it. Yesterday she was up here all day. She's been a good girl, going on the real grass in the back. She did both numbers. Very proud of her. Yep. So the fake stuff didn't work. The fake turf has not worked for us. Maybe the spot was too small. We have about 20 square feet of turf, real grass, of course, in the back, and that is working for the dogs. So they're both going on it, and that is really good because we have no motor on our dinghy to take them for a walk anymore. For some reason, I always thought there's only one bridge that goes across from the Delmarva Peninsula, the eastern shore, but there's another bridge right there. So there definitely is more than one way to get off the Delmarva Peninsula. So here's another bridge. Not sure which highway this is. We'll put it in the description below here. But pretty cool. Quiet day and It's pushing us out really, really fast, about 10.7 miles per hour right now. It looks like Honda's lost some air in her. Gotta put some air in her at some point. Someone walking their dog along the canal here. It's nice. It appears they have a little drive to go down to their, bring the car down, take them for a walk. Looks like they might have transient slips right there. Floating dock. Love floating docks. That is something to remember if we come down this way. Kind of like that. I saw quite a bit of this dead fish yesterday in northern Chesapeake. First one I've seen on the C&D Canal. But I saw quite a few dead fish yesterday floating. It's very possible the temperatures have been awfully high, so it's very possible just the water is too warm for them. What a massive structure. I actually think it's been going up. I think the train has already passed and it was going up. Because it looked like it was halfway down. I'm gonna have to review that video and see now for sure, but I was certain that looked like it was like halfway when I saw it the first time a few minutes ago. But an impressive structure to raise that and lower it. Well, I am definitely getting educated this morning. There are a number of bridges going from the Delmarva Peninsula, the eastern shore, up here to the mainland. So here's another beautiful bridge. Another little beach, and you see two dogs enjoying the water there.
There appears to be like a bike path or a canal path, and it does have a gate to it, so people park at, you know, at the places where they can get to it, and then they walk it and then go back to their cars. But pretty cool.
We are reaching the end. There's one more bridge here, but we are reaching the end of the Chesapeake and Delaware Canal. Right up front there is the Delaware River, I believe. I think that's what it's called. And then we head down to Cape May. And unfortunately, the tide is still rising. I think till about 10:30. So we got like 2 hours where we may have to go real slow until we get washed down into and towards the Atlantic Ocean. There's the entrance, the breakwaters to the Chesapeake Delaware Canal. Up here, we're going to make a right turn and go towards the Atlantic. That was much faster than I thought. Of course, we were pushed out with the tide, so that really helped. Unfortunately, tide's not in our favor, I don't think yet. We'll have to check and see. Like a big cargo vessel coming in towards Philadelphia. Sure.
Yeah.
Yep, dolphin's right there.
Yeah.
Right in front of us.
Yes.
Under a boat now.
Well, he was right over here. Off another one was over here to the edge.
There's the door over there now.
Oh,
Over there.
yep.
See them?
Mm-hmm.
There. Whole pod of them. 3 of them. Yeah, beautiful. Here on the Delaware River, and look at this big power plant here. Looks like a nuclear power plant. Really big facility, cooling tower and everything. Got some commercial traffic going up here at the Delaware River, either to Wilmington possibly or Philadelphia. MSC, obviously one of those big shipping companies right there, and there's another freighter right behind. This morning we had one freighter tell us to get out of the channel because obviously we're in their way. We're a tiny thing. We're basically their dinghy if we were in the back. So we're here in this on the outside of the channel, dodging the crab pots. Thank you very much to all the fishermen who laid their crab pots here for us to dodge. But anyway, on our way to Cape May. Beautiful day, very small waves. Dogs are happy, and hopefully the tide will turn here in about an hour or so. Yeah, we're getting a little bit closer to Cape May, and right here in the middle of Delaware River, we got a lighthouse. First I thought it was a Christmas tree because it has that shape. You can hear the horn honking. It's a foghorn. Odd looking little thing, but kind of unique. Close to this lighthouse. Interesting structure. So we're about 24 miles or so out of Cape May right now. It looks almost looks like the open ocean right here. A couple of lighthouses or markers, but otherwise it's just open water. We right now looking at about 25 feet here where we are outside the channel. But we're dead pointing at Cape May right now. Going to go into the Cape May Canal and cut across and save about an hour or so. So that's where we're at. We see a little bit of land here on the left side, on the port side, but not much out here, and not a lot of boats out here. We're pretty much the only thing out here right now. Just a few minutes away from Cape May's entrance to the canal. The Cape May Canal, and you see all the Cape May homes right here, and there's a canal entrance right ahead, and we're going to go in there and probably go to the South Jersey Marina to top off with some diesel. That's our plan anyway. So follow along as we enter this canal for the first time. Here you see us entering Cape May Harbor. This is a very shallow harbor. You have to stay in the channel, and then we had to make a hairpin turn here at that buoy to go into this channel that was also extremely narrow to get to the fuel dock. Here you can see us going into Schellinger Creek, which leads to South Jersey Marina. We're going to pick up our fuel. Most of the fuel places here were not deep enough for us to get in, or it was also getting late. They were closing early.
So South Jersey was one of the options for us to get fuel before we left early in the morning to go up to up the Atlantic to New York City. But you see how we have to sort of manage to get through this channel here with the wind and all. Not as easy as it looks. This is the South Jersey Marina fuel dock, a nice long fuel dock, easy to get to, so to speak, once you're there, because you don't have to go to the inside of the marina. A very nice ship store as well, so we're very happy to have gotten fuel here.
So we arrived at Cape May. We're at the South Jersey Marina, and you can see it's surrounded by all sorts of pretty homes and lots and lots and lots of fishing boats. Every marina seems to have these fishing boats, and we just topped off here, and good place. Fuel was $4.67 a gallon. Just went up again. But let me show you over this side. Some pretty homes. So Alex, what are you doing?
Filling up the water.
Okay, how much does it have now?
Let's see, it's 117.
117, and it holds 300
gallons.
300 gallons? Okay, so we've got a ways to go, depending on how empty it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure.
Not very steady.
Alright, you made it.
I'm babying my old tendon injury. I just don't want to hurt it. Watch your step. Stop. Watch.
You hear Lucy in the background, she's loud. Fuel pump.
Watch your step. Watch your step.
And South Jersey Marinas right there.
This seabird just brought a big stick. The mate is looking at it to see if she can use it. He just brought it up there on this post 13. And it was a big stick. It was like a good couple feet, and he was carrying it to give to the mate to see if she would use it.
Looks like a kayak tour. Take a look at that. Right here in Cape May. Someone on stand up as well. So we're anchored here right in front of the Coast Guard station. I'll get a shot here in just a moment. On the Navionics charts, it's marked as Coast Guard Anchorage 1 and 2. Now take a look at Anchorage 1. That's this barge. And then look at Coast Guard Anchorage 2. See another barge there in the background. And then they put a long metal tube between the two places, so no one has a spot. Now we anchored right here. I'm hoping the Coast Guard will not bother us tonight. That's all I can say, is I hope they don't bother us. The Coast Guard is located right here. As you can see, there's the Coast Guard. So yeah, I'm hoping they'll leave us alone tonight, and tomorrow we hope to make our way up to New York as long as the weather holds. So we'll see how that works out for us. But this is our spot tonight here in Cape May. We just fueled up. The stats are as follows: 4.23 gallons per hour, and we used in miles per gallon it is 1.8 is what we did this time. When we came up from Fort Myers, we averaged 2.8 miles per gallon, but we had some bad weather, as you know, in Chesapeake, and even today we ran at a higher RPM, so we've been using more fuel. But that's the stats right now. We filled up with 135 gallons for 4 days of cruising.
Mahalo for joining our journey from Chesapeake City to Cape May today. We really appreciate you coming along. Please, as always, like, share, and subscribe. Give us that thumbs up. Makes a big difference to our little channel. And we'll see you again next time as we continue up at the coast to New York City in the Atlantic Ocean.